Hey everyone, welcome to this week's message for youth and kids from Atkinson Congregational Church in Atkinson, New Hampshire. We are the light on the hill, where no matter who you are or where you are on your journey through life, you are welcome. My name is Pastor Jim Thomas. I'm the pastor here at the church, and I'm very glad that you clicked in and are with us for our message this week. This week, I've been thinking about waves. What do you think of when I say waves? I think most of us think of waves like on the ocean. If you've ever been to Hampton Beach or some other beach and you see the waves come crashing into shore, here's a picture of a pretty good sized wave. And on it, you can see a woman on a surfboard and she is riding the wave. And look at that big smile on her face. Waves can be really big and really powerful. That's ocean waves. But there's lots of other kinds of waves too. Maybe you've thought about some of these, or maybe you haven't. Sound waves. Did you know that sound travels in waves? We can't see them, they're invisible, but that's how the sound gets from here to there, is it travels on waves. And waves, sound waves traveling through the air, that allows us to hear what other people are saying and hear music and stuff like that. If a doctor wants to look on the inside of you, they use sound waves to do that. A doctor can use a machine that puts sound waves through your body, and then they can see a picture of your heart and see what your heart looks like and make sure everything's good to go. Another kind of waves, how many of you have a microwave oven at home? Did you know how they cook food? They cook food by waves. They use electromagnetic waves. Basically, this device makes the food vibrate a little, and the vibrating makes it heat up. Just like when you rub your hands together, they get warm in between. Those are electromagnetic waves. There's all kinds of waves. Here's another one. How about when the news comes on TV and the weatherman comes on and he's standing there in front of the screen and he's pointing at the low pressure system coming over and there's Doppler radar and rain coming down? Well, guess what Doppler radar is? It's a wave. It's a machine that sends waves and shows where it's raining or snowing. And that helps the weathermen, weather people, weather forecasters predict the weather. A wave really is something that causes a disturbance when it moves through something else, something like water or air. In the Bible, in Matthew's gospel, there's a story, our story for this week, about Jesus being in a boat with his disciples, and they're sailing on the Sea of Galilee, and the wind is blowing, and there's these huge waves, and they're beating against the side of the boat, and the waves are creating a great disturbance in the water, and that's disturbing the boat. The disciples are afraid because they think that their boat's going to sink. It's getting tossed around and water's coming in. And so they go and they look for Jesus and they find Jesus sleeping. He's sleeping through the whole thing. So they wake him up. So, Jesus, don't you care? We might die. So Jesus comes up on the deck of the boat and he looks out at the water and the wind and he just says to it, peace, be still. And right away, the wind stopped blowing and the seas became calm, like flat, like glass. You know, as we go through life, sometimes we get frightened and upset by something that happens to us. We feel disturbed. We may feel waves of fear inside of us. The good news for this week, though, is that we need to remember that our Jesus is the one who says to us, peace, be still. He has the power to calm the wind and the water, and he has the power to calm us, to calm our fears and the things that make us worry. He has the power to make us feel peaceful again. So when you're upset, or when you're worried, or when you're afraid, remember what Jesus says. Jesus says, peace, be still. And let Jesus inside of you to give you peace and allow you some stillness. So when you're afraid, remember to listen for Jesus's words of peace to you. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm really glad that you are here this week for our message. I invite you to go over to our website, atkinsoncc.org. It's up and running again. We were having some problems for a few days with IP web addresses and really stuff that I don't understand that well, but somebody did because it's fixed now. So go on over to our website, atkinsoncc.org, click on the link on the homepage to take you to Virtual Church School, and you can go to the place where you can watch the video from our friends at Go Plus and do their Bible lesson for this week. I encourage you to do that. And if you would, go over to YouTube and click like on this video. Make sure that you are subscribed and click on the bell, and that way you'll get notifications when next week's video comes out. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm really glad that you were here. And remember, when there are storms and big waves in your life, remember that what Jesus says to you, just like he says to the wind and the waves, peace, be still. That's pretty cool. Take care. See you next time.